Here is part one of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? So I met my ex-husband around March 4th of 2020. We met on Facebook dating site, and we also matched on Hinge. I did not realize that he was on both under two different names. So one was his actual name, and the other one was a variation, like a nickname, that he called himself. Different pictures. So it was a running joke between us. Oh, you ain't even recognize that you had matched with me on Hinge. No, I didn't. And also that should have been a red flag. By the way, you will notice in this story, I called it the Unites, that, I mean, you would have thought I was colorblind because I ignored all.
No, I just think you was stupid. Cause for one, now, I mean, cause really and truly, this really story don't make no damn sense. Cause she tell you in the beginning that she was stupid. So she tell you in the beginning that what led her to continue to be stupid was the money. So I don't understand why you want to expose this man like he done something to you. You allowed this man to come in your life and do all this. So you, to me, you just as bad as he is. Because you put up with his lies. You created this. You helped him create the monster that you made this character to be. So really, yeah, you is the super. You way more bigger of a pathological liar than the character that you made up. Cause you look more than stupid. You hopeless. Because if you sit here, you don't and see a lot of stuff she don't explain because she know it's gonna get. You know, she don't explain a lot of stuff because of the simple fact she leave it out purposely, so that people don't catch on to this story being fake. They ain't worried about the story being fake. All they worried about is, oh my God, she married a pathological liar. Oh my God, he did this. He said that. And see, she know that's what they banking on. There ain't a whole lot of people listening to detail. They just listening to the story. Already, poor girl, poor baby. I'm sorry you went through bullshit. Bullshit. She told you in the beginning she's a character herself. She like to be dramatic. Then on top of that, she gonna tell you in the story, the beginning of the story, that he had two different accounts, and that don't tell you nothing. Come on now, and this before she even knew he had money, ain't it? Yeah. So what drew you in? Well, y'all keep listening. Let's keep going. I'm gonna keep pointing out pointing out this pathological liar game and scheme.
All of them. So, anyway, back to the story.
Anyway.
We met around March 4th. We exchanged phone numbers. He called me and we talked on the phone for the first time. In the first phone call, he told me that he had just moved to Georgia from California, from San Diego. His job had transferred him because he was being transferred in as the new regional manager for a major condiment company that is based here in Georgia. I'm not going to say the name. And so we also talked about his childhood. He told me he grew up in Philly. He's from Philly. Both of his parents were deceased. This is the first phone call. Both of his parents were deceased. His father was a Philadelphia police officer. His mom was a teacher. He also told me he briefly lived in Augusta with his family. He had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. He also had 2 half-brothers on his dad's side. First phone call. So I'm just giving you guys the backstory. This was the first phone call we had. So we talked about family. We talked about friends. We talked about our jobs. At the time, I was working at Georgia State Patrol. And he knew this, and he just thought that was like, wow, so you work with troopers all day. Yes, I did. Also in that phone call, he explained to me that he used to play football. He explained that he used to play arena.
I mean, it's funny to me that, okay, if you listen now, how is it that he doing all this talking and she not once coming back telling him nothing about herself? Don't that seem a little strange that she ain't in there nowhere, took a breath and stopped and said, yeah, when he told me this, I told him that. Okay, when he never did she explain that she told him, and her character never tells him about her. It's always about him. So you just didn't even bother to tell him who you were and how you were. You just basically just let him carry the whole relationship or the whole time of talking about him. I mean, now you want to sit up here with the dead face like that was an issue or it bothered you. If it didn't bother you then, don't fucking act like it bothered you now. Dizzy?